It's pretty level.
Yeah. Down on a piece of water that's got some real historical significance, history. Some of you, in fact, a lot of you might recognize the water. I'm not saying where we are, so don't comment where we are, because if you recognize it, you know where it is, and I'm not giving anything away. I have a friend of mine with me here today, Dave Nyko. We're going to be fishing a little bit on here. We're going to see if, we're not sure what's going to happen today. There's been some sulfurs. We're not sure if this is going to be a midge and scud gig or it's going to be a sulfur thing. So we just got to go and kind of decode what the fish want to do, then take their cue and see if we can get into a few fish. Hope you find it entertaining and follow along. This particular piece of water is famous for its scuds and midges, but also at this time when we're videoing, we're in the front end of a sulfur hatch. So we're gonna, since you don't see any bugs on the surface, it's gonna be indicator, midges, scuds, probably a couple different types of sulfur nymphs, maybe a pheasant tail or I call a yellowback sulfur nymph that we're going to be fishing with, mostly subsurface until we start seeing some fish working. We're down here in the AM. Generally these bugs start going in the PM, but we're going to give it a shot anyways. And Dave's got a fish. Want the net, Dave?
Yeah. And it through my tippet ring.
Oh, I got a nice long handle scoop here.
Didn't do a bad idea. Great way to start the day.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to send it.
Yeah.
There we go. That one looks like it's got some attitude.
A little guy, yeah. Alright, I take back the little guy.
I did like being called little. That's a nice fish.
That's chunky.
Now he's trying to wrap around me and the tripod. Let them go. There we be.
Come here. Here, fishy, fishy. Come on.
There we are. I'm gonna send him on his way.
Go for it. There you go.
Okay, a little heads up. We're starting to pick up a few fish on a sulfur nymph that I call yellowback. What we're noticing is there's a few sulfurs fluttering around, and nothing really what I would call a hatch, just a bunch floating around, just just enough to get the birds working them. See the waxwings are starting to feed on them, and we're seeing an odd rise here and there. So probably what we do is we got a nymph drift going on, and that's what the fish are probably primarily keying on, is the nymph drift. I don't get too excited about a fish rising up once in a great while on this particular piece of water. Trying to pound fish up on a dry fly in this creek is a chore. If they're up and feeding, oh, we can have a good time on them. But if they're not up and actively working bugs on the surface, it's hard to pull them up to a bug on the surface. So we're still nymph fishing, going down, working the indicators, and going after them that way. They're teasing me. They're daring me to put on a sulfur gun and go see if I can get one to come up and eat it. I know how that dare usually works out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there you go, Dave. Oh!
That was a great take.
Oh! Lost him. Got a lot of dropsies today. We're not used to this style of fishing yet. Still got all my bad habits from steelhead fishing. Whoa!
That's a good fish.
Oh, wrapped. Oh, I am. I'm loaded up with weeds. I'm weeded. Java. Special here. We've been like a summer bath in big water. Whatever. Ah. All right. There's a chunker.
Great shot.
And this water just keeps its cold to it.
All right.
All right, buddy. You ready?
Yep.
See ya. I want to really quick kind of give you, like you said, this is some pretty technical fishing we're doing on this type of water. It's always a technically demanding piece. So the rig that we finally dialed in on here is the same 9-foot-ish modified leader that I started out with today, but still running the white indicator. Not as much weight because we're a little shallower in the water, but the big thing is we're still carrying the weight off the bottom to get the fly off the bottom. These fish are definitely keyed in onto the nymphs, sulfur nymphs, so I got a little sulfur nymph in here. so you can see how far I am. The biggest thing is I want the fly down near the bottom, but not in the moss. So what I do is I keep adjusting to where I am. As long as I'm not picking moss, I'm good. So usually what I do is I fish heavy until I'm picking moss, and then I start shortening the indicator, moving the shot, adjusting until I just stop doing that. And that gets my fly just off the bottom. Because like we're on a nymph drift, so that's been the rig we're using. Obviously I'm still running a 9-foot 3-weight. So that's our setup for today. Alright, you might have noticed we're starting to hook a bunch of really smaller stuff, a lot of them. I'm not frustrated about it, I'm actually really glad to see all these little fish. Several years ago this place got picked practically clean by American morgansers, fish-eating duck. Just wiped the place out. And we've been in recovery mode ever since. And to see these little guys right now just is great. Those are our 12-inch fish next year. So we got a nice year class of fish that made it through, that's growing up. This place is recovering very fast now, so it's quite relieving to actually be dealing with a plague of dinks or microfish, whatever you want to call them. They're all probably running right around that 3 to 5 inch range. Very good to see them. We're just trying to be relatively careful, get them back into the water as fast as we can, and so they can keep growing and keep eating.
They are thick in there, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And it's funny because like they're all literally cookie cutter.
That's how it works out.
It's like, this year class? No, we're all gonna be buddies. Here. It's funny because this one actually has way more spots than that last one.
Let him go. Yeah, carry so many flies, you gotta have a backpack that'll lug them all. Heaven forbid we run low. Not out, but low. Oh God. Talk about hoarding.
Well, you figure between both of our eyes, I think it's getting worse.
We got to start bringing the 12-year-old along when we start fishing these smaller flies to tie our flies on.
Exactly.
How old's your son?
He is 10.
Yeah, he's getting there.
His eyes are still good. He's smart. He doesn't work in IT.
We're going to shut it down for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting, informative. Today was all under an indicator. We had to do some technical nymph fishing. We were able to get dialed in on them with the sulfur nymphs. As you can probably see, there was a few sulfurs flying around. So obviously we had a nymph drift today. We were able to take advantage of that and get into a bunch of fish in various sizes. It was good to see the little fish. But thanks for watching. Hope you found it informative, entertaining, and I'm begging you, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell icon. We got a lot coming. We'll probably even have Dave here. He's sitting there grinning away. He knows he gets to go fishing more.
That's right.
As the summer goes on. So thanks for watching, folks.